All right. What's up, guys? This is my first live stream on this channel, I believe. And today I am working on fixing the character model for Chell and for me and a little bit for Atlas. This is all based on what you guys have told me, the feedback that you've given me on the last video. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the chat here to make sure I can actually see what you guys are saying. When you come in, there we go. I'm gonna put mute on that so I can actually see we're good. Hopefully I can actually watch the chat. Yes, there we go, Pie Shark. Hello, Pie Shark. Also, I'm doing this because, hello, Kelly Blueberry, or Carrie Blueberry. I'm doing this because honestly, this is like sort of a lonely process. As a solo game developer, I tend to just be in my own head, listening to myself and just creating alone. I got nobody. So you guys, you're gonna be my friends here, to be here to give me criticism as we go, and yeah. So, all right. Oh, you were wondering who Daydream Studios was? Yeah, I changed the name of this channel. This channel used to be called Mr. Safety, but I recently changed it to match my business name. Hey, Grangie. All right, so yes, I am an official company, and my company is Daydream Studios. Did I get a trademark? Yep, working on that. Working on that. So here we go. Here we have the Chell model. Some people were saying that the Chell model, hopefully you guys can see that okay. It seems to be a little bit bright. I don't know if I can take the brightness down on this a little bit. Let me see if I can take that down. Nope, nope, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Why does that pull up? I just wanted to, well, whatever. All right, I think the brightness is going to be what it is unless I click on it. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. All right, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so you guys were saying that it didn't necessarily look like Chell. I got a lot of people saying that the hair, the purple wasn't as great as it could be. My daughter is complaining. She's like, I like the character, but I just don't like the color. So what I'm gonna do is quickly adjust this color. So let's bring up, this is, by the way, this is Character Creator 3. I have the full Character Creator suite, the full iClone 7 pipeline, and pretty much all the bells and whistles having to go along with this software. So anyway, let's open this up. So we're gonna go to my content manager. No, not my content manager, my bad. We're gonna go to scene manager, and then we're going to go to my timeline. So let's bring up the timeline. Where's my timeline? Actually, I just click down, view, workspace. Let's just do standard workspace. You know, my brain right now it's also very early, I have to say that. My brain is really slow right now, so I'm doing my best. Okay. Okay, yeah, so where is this game going to go? I am planning to port to all next-gen consoles as well as Steam. I know people have been asking about that. Of course I'm going to go to Steam as well. Let's see, visual settings, where? I swear I'm having the dumbest brain fart right now. Oh. Okay, so I'm working in Character Creator 3. Sometimes my brain thinks that I'm an iClone, and so I'm looking for a timeline. There is no timeline because this is not what that is. All right, doop. Okay, so here we go. Let's change this hair color. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the hair over here. We've got, she's got two different hair things that we've got going on. We have her hair, we've got the ponytail. So let's go straight to her hair first. We're just going to adjust the color to something that my daughter would want. She says she wants pink. So I'm going to adjust this color over to the pink color. So I think what I'm gonna do is take down the contrast just a little bit, because the contrast is basically like controlling the contrast of everything, but it really has a lot to do with the color. So like if I take the contrast all the way down, it just grays everything out. And then I have full color control down here behind, well, Chell's head. There we go. So then I can go down here if I wanted to and say, okay, look, give me a little bit of red here, give me a little bit of magenta, and then take the contrast up just a tiny bit, and then take up the saturation, and then maybe take up the brightness. And now we've got pink hair. That's one way to go. I can pop it a little bit by pulling up the contrast a little bit more, adjust the hue a little bit into the positive side, maybe go 9, and then there we've got even poppier pink hair. Let's. I wish there was an easier way to like show you all of this, but this is what my daughter wants. She wants this like really. I mean, it's cute, but it's almost like, for me, I feel like it's too bubblegummy for what it is that I want to go for. So, when will this be in stores? When do I plan to release? As of right now, I don't have a set date, but I have been aiming for probably fall of next year, honestly. The way that things are looking right now, I think I'm ahead of schedule. I've got a lot of great ideas that I know I can complete. I know I can do them. And I know, I just know, I know I can do this 100%. So that's where I'm headed. I think the only thing that would make it take longer at this point is if my budget, my funding, self-funding runs out sooner than that, which it might. I don't know. We'll see. But I have other plans during this process. I think the most important thing about this entire project, of course, other than the obvious, having a great game, telling a great story, and making an impact in people's lives, the other most important thing to do is market. So I'm going to have to make lots of videos, lots of really fun things with it. So with these characters, I plan to make short films as well. So it's kind of like this other cool thing. All right, so looking over here at your comments to see how you guys are doing. Oh my gosh, Stephanie from Lazy Town. Is that somebody from Lazy Town? I don't know what this is. It's early, yep. Watch out that it doesn't end up looking too much like Kid Rhythm YouTube videos. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. This is, once you see the full project and the way that it is, it's not going to look like one of those like Coco Melon videos or whatever. This right here, like I said, we're still working on this. This is not necessarily going to be a kid's game. It involves kids, but it's more of a really good family game. But not hokey. I don't know how to explain. Soon I'll be able to tell you the details of it, and this will all make a lot more sense to you. But for now, creating a character in Chell that you can like look at and love and feel, and you want to play with her, but it's not like she's, I don't know. She's her own thing. Chell even told me, she's like, I want rainbow hair. Okay, so another thing that I think I might work on is her cheeks. I feel like her cheeks are maybe a little bit too bubbly. They're cute, but it feels like that what you were saying earlier. Who'd said that? I feel like it's just not. It's not quite what I'm going for. I saw somebody say something about Rockstar Games needs to do original content like this instead of GTA 5 all the time. Yeah. I am. This used to be my living room. Somebody asked if I'm working in the living room. It used to be my living room. We converted this to my office because I need more space. I was doing a lot of VR creation, and it's just nice to be in the house. And yeah, we moved everything around. Okay, back to this. Okay, so I'm gonna go to her cheeks. So I'm gonna go down here to cheeks, and I can control the scale. So I'm gonna kind of bring the cheeks down just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. I guess I could. How do I do this? How can I? Well, if I move the phone, it's probably gonna like shoot out of the side. Is that any better? No. Freaking iPhone, man. It just doesn't do contrast very well. Maybe if I lit up the rest of the room, well, okay, whatever. If I darken the screen a little bit, I think that would work, but I'm having issues with my keyboard here, trying to darken. If I do this, you know what it is? This monitor sucks. That's what it is. All right, whatever. We'll just keep going. I wish I could just tap the phone to like fix that, but I cannot. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, going back to this. Okay, so cheeks. I brought the cheeks in a little bit. Here's the before and after. So before and after. I don't know how much you guys could really see that, but it's kind of taking that bubbliness out. Let's also work a little bit on maybe the jaw. I think the jaw at the bottom part seems to come out a little bit too much. And I want the jaw to have a bit of a softer feel to it. Like she's 4 years old. I'm gonna say that this character is about 5. That's what I'm aiming for. She's 5, 5.5, you know. So she, like here, she kind of looks like she's a 5-year-old. But let's go back here again. If I get closer now, and it's all so blown out for you guys. Okay, I got my monitor here so I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, so let's go to the chin. We're gonna take the chin width down just a tad. Okay, so narrowing down the face just a little bit so she's not so like, she doesn't have such a strong chin. She's got a little bit of a softer chin. And then I see the sides of her mouth are still a little bubbled out, but you know what? I'm gonna leave that right here, that a little bit bubbled out, just because I want her expressions to be really big when she smiles. So already I feel like she's looking really good. I mean, these little tiny adjustments, right? But let's take a look at her expressions. So here we have a number of expressions. So there she's smiling. You know what? I'm sure I can bring the phone up closer here. Also, I have to say, I got to work on the hair a little bit. You're going to notice some flaws in the hair. Let's see if that does it. Does it? Come on, phone, just go with it. Phone, just really. How can I? Okay. It's like it just does not want to darken. Hang on, maybe there's a filter here that'll do this for me. Oh, a little bit, maybe. Let's do. Nope. Oh. Definitely no. No. Darn it. Okay. No, there's nothing we can do. Sorry, guys. That sucks. All right, whatever. I tried. Can I use the camera on the other side? Good idea. What am I thinking? Let's try this. All right. No. I mean, it might look a little bit better, I guess. Let's bring this back here. No, it's about the same. And it's harder to see that way. All right, well, let's turn this around. Jeez. What a process. I just wanted to like show you guys this. I'm sure I could be a little more professional about this later on, but right now I just don't feel like being a video pro. I feel like I'm just doing this for me, really. So I have somebody to talk to. All right, anyway. We good here? Let's move this back a little bit. Just a little bit. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So here we have the expressions. You know, we've got her smiling really good that you guys can't see. This drives me nuts. Just hold the phone close to the monitor. Yeah. It just blows it out. This phone just does not like monitors whatsoever. Okay, you know what? Maybe what I ought to do is find out or try to find a different way to do this. Do I have any way to screen cap? Yes, I do. But it's like I kind of wanted to, if I just do OBS. I don't do this very often, as you can tell. I don't. Maybe what I could do is wait. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and end this stream and try to do that. Yes, it is the brightness. It's my it's working for my face, but as soon as I turn it to a monitor, obviously it's going to do that because it's trying to adjust to like, you know, non-artificial light. There's got to be a way though. Sorry, I got to try this like one more time. You just mentioned OBS. Yeah, it's hard for me to like read and try to figure all this stuff out. Okay, maybe if I. Um, let's go to display settings. Display. Let's take. Is there a way to do brightness down? Just from here, night. Does that do anything? That just just browns it out. That sucked. All right, whatever. This isn't working. I am such a YouTube professional. Okay, maybe on your monitor itself. That's smart thinking. Smart. You have a smart. I just don't want to do OBS. I don't want to have to go through that whole process of doing all these other things. I want to do it as easy and whatever is possible. Okay, there we go. Is it? Hey, look at that. It's so dark for me, but for you guys, it seems to be pretty good. Yay, all right. Oh, whatever. I'll take it. That'll work. You guys see that okay? That looks good. A little dark for me, but that's whatever. All right, so talking about what we just did to the face. Let's just undo a couple of times so that you can kind of get an idea of what I just did. Okay. So here we had a fuller cheeks, and I felt like she was just too bubbly. You know, like it's an okay thing, but somebody had mentioned like that I don't want this character to get caught in the like kids video space where they all kind of look like the same kids videos from like Cocomelon. If you've ever heard of Cocomelon, I don't want it to be something you feel like you've seen before. I want it to be different. I want it to be unique. It's got to stand out, but also still be fun, because there is a little part of those characters and those other things that work. They work for a reason, but I don't want to like you anyway. So going back, so what I did was I adjusted first of all the side here. So let's do Y. Brought it down a little bit to make it more real. Let's hit Y again. This worked on the chin and the side of the cheeks here, and then I just simply added a little smile to take a look at the way that she looks when she smiles. Another thing I wasn't really sure about is the fact that her, like when she was standing next to me, or like when she was on my shoulders, I feel like she was, like her head was bigger than mine. And originally I was okay with that simply because like I wanted it to be like she was, it's all about her, her expressions and the way that she felt. And so by having her head a little bit bigger than mine, it brings your focus to her more than me. Plus, she's the one looking around and doing stuff, whereas in the game, my head is going to have like a very minimal movement. I can't move a whole lot. So just keeping her smiling like that is good, because I can take a look like a, at the teeth and how they are with the way the cheeks are and everything. All right, so head size. I'm gonna bring the head size down just a little bit because I think the over-exaggerated, the 3D platformer game isn't pixelated. What do you mean the 3D platformer game isn't pixelated? Not really sure what you mean by that. Anyway, I'm gonna just work on getting her head down a little bit more. So closing this out, I'm gonna go a little bit more full body and take a look at how this is. All right, there we go. Now let's go to her head, and we're just gonna full head now. Skull. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Head. Okay, so actual head scale. I am going to basically what's called bake out this material, which is basically saying like, okay, make this the new standard. So I'm gonna hit bake. Now it's baked. Now I'm going to shrink her head. Just a little bit, not a ton. So that way she doesn't feel like those other characters in the other like YouTube kids cartoon space. Because I feel like the cartoons in the kid space, their heads are always like really big. And Disney's been slowly making kids with bigger heads. But anyway, this I feel like is a little more believable, um, and a little more realistic than it was, which is good. That feels good. Also, somebody said that the fingers, it felt like there were too many fingers. So let's take a look at her fingers. The fingers on the model here are a bit thin, but mainly because she's, you know, she's a girl. She's a little girl. So let's see what happens if we maybe thicken them a little bit. Um, let's try that. Or make them big. I don't know. There's a part of me. Maybe her thumb needs to come down a little bit, but I kind of like having the thumb open. What do you guys think? Should I change the finger size? I'm looking this way because I can see your comments. The whole point of this is to talk to you. I feel like I'm talking at you. Disney now looks like Spider-Man, the X-Men, barely cartoons. Yeah, Disney's cartoons are crazy. They look a little bit long. Yeah, I agree. The fingers do look a little bit long. Maybe a little shorter. Okay, you guys are right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go to her fingers. Go to her hand. And let's give her some creature claws. Ah. Okay, no. Let's take the length down. All right, so taking the length down just a tad, and I think you guys are right. I think that looks good. Let's do a before and after. Longer, shorter. Yes. Yes. I like that. You guys are awesome. I like that a lot. All right. That feels good. That feels good. Ears. What do you guys think about the ears on this character? Do you think? Oh wait, Cory, look at your own hand. Look at the knuckle, the way the knuckle hits. It's about right. You know what? Her thumb looks a little small. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter that much that the thumb is that small because I mean, realistically, it's not. You're not going to see it that ridiculously close. I mean, there will be some cutscenes where you'll see her really close. But anyway, let's go back. Okay, so the ears. What do you guys think about the ears? I spent like an hour plus on the thumb alone, 3D modeling. Yeah, Eric, I could spend all the time in the world doing all the the details like that, but I think later on in development, if I feel like the character just doesn't look right, then I'll go back and I'll tweak stuff. But for now, I just want to get a character that really fits what it is that I need it to do. So sorry, Cory, you have to leave. Hey, good night. It's all good. Go sleep. Go sleep. Turn your head sideways. I think the ear looks fine. Can you see from the side view? Yes, side view. Oh, too close. What do you guys think? Let's see. Ears up with eye level. So you think ears up just a tad? Let's see. How is my eye? Well, that's about right as far as like ears go, because I'm looking at myself like this and seeing where my ears set compared to my eyes, and that's about right. I mean, I can try ears up a little bit. Let's try that. Give it a shot. Okay, so ear height, bring them up. If we do ear height, it's going to go into the hair a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. That's kind of cute, though. What do you think about? And tilt them a bit less. It's an artistic style. Personally, I go up with the ears and tilt them a bit less. Do you mean tilting in the sense of like, you know, Y rotation, or are you thinking more like alien? What does this say? Uh, Bottom of the ear, tip of the nose, let's see, of the eye. Okay, rotate forward. Okay, let's try that. All right, so let's do ear angle, rotate forward. That's side side. All right, let's go down to second ear level. So where are we go? There, ear. Okay, now let's do ear rotation. I've got so many options on rotation. Okay, that's angle. Give me a side rotate. No, that's scale. There's. No, that's not it. No, it's got to be simpler. Where's it at? I know I'm just like overlooking. Let's go back to the top, right up here. So you got ear angle top. Oh, that's in out angle. Where's, let's see, ear depth? No, ear reshape. No, I kind of like the circular. Ear lobe. No. I know I can do that a little bit more. Because I see it's rotated back too much, so it needs to rotate forward. So that's what I'm going to look for now, is a forward rotation. Ear height, let's go in, out, no, in, out. Let's see, detail width, no, depth, no. If I work on, wait, nope, that's not it. Which rotation is it? It's center rotate. No, that's that way. That's what gives you the alien look. Ear top angle. No, that's that one. Where's the ear rotate? Don't make me go into Blender. I may have to go into Blender if I got to. Ear width. So many options. Okay, ear curve, no, that's for the inner ear. Outer. I know I'm tripping. I know it's somewhere that I'm like, hey, it should be like right there, you know, like in front of my face. Let's see. Let's go to, if it's not, no, it's not gonna be under skull, obviously. It's gonna be under ear. Ear height, that's just up. Ear shape is out. Ear lobe is lower. That's all that's gonna be. Ear angle top. Ear depth, that's where it goes forward, backwards. Ear length is the size of the outer. It's trying to hide from me, you're right. You're right, all right. I really appreciate all your help, guys, I really do. This is great. Actually having somebody to talk to. I wish I could actually hear your comments though. That way I can like hear you in real time, as if we had like a live chat. How many people are in the room right now? How many? 54 of you. I was gonna say, if we had like all 54 of us on camera, it'd be very loud and hard to hear. But no, let's see. Okay, let's keep going here. I feel like the ear rotation, you're right. Now, the more that I'm looking at it, the more I do want it to turn. I wish I had a picture of my daughter like right in front of me, like a profile picture, so that I could see how she is. But you know, this also isn't necessarily supposed to be my daughter. It's inspired by my daughter. But I want this to be a character that other people can just love and relate to, but not thinking anything of like, oh, it's Cory's family. No, that's, you know, it's just inspired by. I want people to be able to feel like this is a friend, or like a childhood friend, or maybe like a niece, or a cousin, or from it's just got to invoke really good memories. Man, I'm gonna spend so much time just trying to look for that. Okay, so I'm just gonna work one little part at a time. So let's go in, out, top. That's not gonna do it. In, out, right, no. In, out, left, no. Here with detail, no. Man, there is. You know what? Here's what I do. If I can't seem to find one specific thing, I take a break on it, and I come back later and I go, there it is. So let's work on a different part of the body, and I'll come back to the ears. Oh, I didn't do her ponytail. I have to match it up with the rest of her hair. As cool as it is to have that color, it's not exactly. So remember these numbers for me. I usually just take a picture of these numbers. All right, so I'm going to take a note of these numbers really quick. I got 14 minus 31, 10, 29, with a minus 89, 67, and 0. Okay, what these are the values of all of my controls over here on the side, so that I can match these values to that. Unfortunately, there's no way to actually save these values into something I can just load in, because it is a separate part. Like the ponytail is its own separate object in this, as you can see. All right, so let's go back here now. And there are my numbers. We've got 14. Wrong computer. Wait, did I do everything okay? Okay. Yeah, so all right. 14. Oh wow, I'm not live anymore because I just pressed a bunch of buttons. Go me. There we go. Wait, is that live now? Oops. Okay, we're good. All right, so 14 minus 31, minus 31. And then we got 10, and then we got 29, and then we got minus 89 and 67, minus 89 and 67. All right, there, and that should match up with, there we go. Great. Okay, so now her hair color there is matched up. Okay, so now that I've changed that, do I need to adjust the color of the rest of the clothes that she's wearing? I like the polka dot pants and the matching shirt underneath here, but I could change the colors of those to something else. The polka dots to me were very like fun and just nice. CC doesn't have copy component. Yeah, no, there's no copy component. Actually, there might be. I don't think so though, because this. Let me see. Yeah, no. If I copy stuff over here, there is sort of a copy component, but this is dealing with the base color within the textures. And so, like, if I copy from the hair, from the main hair to the ponytail, then it's just going to copy over the texture rather than the settings being used. Because basically, like, the texture is being imported with basic settings, and all I'm doing now is adjusting all of the other stuff afterwards, so that when I export this into the FBX file that I'll be using in Unreal, or if I push it over to iClone 7, then I want the new settings to be applied to the texture so that it forwards. So yeah, very little color contrast on the model, however nice depending on the background. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of color contrast on this model because I want it to still be soft, because the background is going to be pretty elaborate. But the background, it's going to be stylized, meaning like if I've got a duct tape. Always have duct tape for no reason. Anyway, if you've got a real life item like this, to stylize it, my plan for stylizing is basically taking real life objects like this, and then just shaving off different parts of the object within Blender or ZBrush or wherever it's going to be, and then applying other textures on top of that, maybe using Quixel or something to just kind of give it more of a, I don't know, a cool look. My inspiration for the scenery and stuff like that is very much going to be like Ratchet and Clank, that sort of stylized scenery environment. I like that style a lot. I'm also very inspired by a couple of other games. I've been playing lots of different games to try to just look and feel and all of that stuff. Is it okay to ask if you put Sparta in a box close to Loki? Yes, my cat Sparta, who passed away recently, he's with Loki next to him in his box. All right, let's stay out of the sad stuff. All right, so I think maybe for now this is okay. I mean, I didn't make a whole lot of changes. I feel like I'm probably talking more than whatever, but you guys are helping me a lot. The ears, I didn't go back and fix the ears, but you know what? I guess just for now, I'm going to leave it like this until I kind of figure out exactly what it is that I want to do with the ears. So yeah, all right, so let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that as it is. So save project. Yes, I like this Chell. She feels good. The head is very good. And I'm just gonna leave the colors. I'll leave the colors as that is because I feel like that's good. Now, the next thing to work on is the Cory model. You know that when this game comes out, they're not. I don't think they're actually going to be called the names that I'm calling them. Like this is Chell. It's not actually going to be Chell. Wait, you know what? Before we get into this though, let's look and see what she looks like with like normal hair color, like just a blonde. I mean, this sounds sort of silly. Oh, I'm in the wrong place here. But like, would it be too much to have? Well, the color is very poppy. So many decisions to make right now. No, let's forget it. I'll come back to that another time. All right, so let's go work on the Cory model. So I got a lot of great feedback from you guys saying that the Cory model, the dad, was he was too bland. He wasn't. There wasn't a lot of great contrast. He wasn't very bold. He's kind of boring looking. And you know what? I agree. There's just something about him that isn't quite right. It doesn't obviously look exactly like me. I mean, he's got certain features that I took from me, but not 100%. Like obviously our profiles aren't exactly the same, but there are certain details that are kind of. So let's do this. I feel like as a dad, he should be stronger. He's going to be carrying the child pretty much most of the game. He looks very young, mid-20s. Yes, the age that I wanted him to be was about 27. That was the goal of this dad here. The reason I went for 27 was because I feel like that was sort of the age where my friends had kids and all of that sort of stuff. And that's the age that like the guys are responsible but still are very in touch with that fun side of their childhood, right? But I can add a little bit of age to him. Some people are like, oh, you're just trying to make yourself look younger. I'm like, no. I'm creating a character based on how I feel inside. So I guess I feel like that. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to bring the jaw out a little bit more to make him a bit stronger. That's the first thing I'm going to do because I feel like the jaw just does not work for me. So let's go down here once again. It's funny how I took Chell's cheeks, or her cheeks, and took them down. I'm like, he's got to go up. Let's go down to jaw, and let's create the width. A little bit of a chin rip. No, that's chin. What am I thinking? Oh, I got jaw there, but there's, okay, jaw size. You know what? I'm going to go through a little bit more of a detail. That was like an all-around jaw increase. So let's bring him up so you can see him a little bit better from the side. See how his cheeks kind of go in a little bit? I feel like mine sort of do. Just kind of like looking at my cheeks and his. But I have a stronger chin than he does. Like my chin is wider, got a tiny butt. Whereas he doesn't have a very strong chin. So let's go jaw width. Open that up. Okay, so that feels better already. So he's a little more striking, a little more powerful. Okay. Add scruff. I would add scruff to this guy, but I'm not going for scruff here. I want him to be like clean shaved because I don't know, he still has to look and feel youthful. I also want people to play this and feel like they could be the uncle, or maybe they are a friend of the person, and this guy could be whatever you kind of want him to be. It'll make sense a little later. Okay, so chin height. Here we go. Bring the chin maybe up a little bit. Let's increase the chin width a little bit. And then looks like I got a little bit too much. And so maybe right here, this part of the jaw needs to come out too, just a tad. He already looks a little stronger. Oh, you know what it is? His cheeks are sucked in right here. I think that's probably another thing too, is these cheeks being so sucked in. That causes a little bit of issue. So let's go, which part of the cheeks do I want to bring out? I got cheekbone scale. I could bring that down, but I still think having a good cheekbone is a good thing. Let's see here. Cheek depth. I brought that out just a little bit, okay? And that add a little bit of stuff here. And let's take a look at the creases. Maybe if he had a little bit of a stronger crease on the mouth, like, you know, I have these things here. So maybe when he smiles, it's a little less. I feel like when he was smiling before, it was like kind of weird. Let's take a look at his smile before we start adjusting more stuff. So, yeah, see, there's something about, it's like his lips come together too much, and he just doesn't feel quite right. That mouth doesn't look natural. So let's work that mouth a little bit. I'm gonna keep him now in this. It looks like, you know, it looks like he's got food in his mouth, but he doesn't want to smile because he's got like food in his mouth. Lower the cheeks a little. That's, yes, thank you. Who said that? Draconus? Yeah. That is a good one. Okay, so take the cheekbones down. I agree with that. Cheekbone height. Let's say take that. Let's go back up to standard cheek. You're gonna notice, by the way, his hair is gonna move up and down. Okay, so cheekbone height down just a tad there. Cheekbone size. Maybe decrease that a little bit. I feel like it's very much up here in his eyes a lot. The eyes are a bit wide. You know what? I think the eyes being wide is good. The reason I'm saying I want the wide eyes is because when he's looking around, when you're looking from like the side, I want you, the player, to be able to see where he's looking. And so like when he's looking, yeah, if his eyes were smaller, you couldn't see it. And remember, it's a stylized cartoon character, so sometimes the wide eyes are really good. But I think that's, for me, I like the wide eye look. I mean, usually you don't have the eyes so wide, obviously, but I think for this guy it might work. But who knows? All right, so cheek sync, we are not gonna do that. Let's go back to cheeks again. We got the cheekbones down a little bit, but I think I think we can bring it down just a tad bit more, cheek height, right? So yeah, took that down a little bit. Let's go to cheek width. Okay, I widened it out just a little bit. I still feel like here there's like, it's something going on with this side. From the side, it looks like his cheeks are also too forward. But actually, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's still got to come off the eyes a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to morph this character. I'm going to go over here to edit mesh, and then I'm going to sculpt, and I'm going to just physically sculpt this character down, because I think maybe that's what it's got to be. So I'm going to go here, take my radius down, intensify to a little bit lower, and now I'm just going to sculpt. Okay. Looks good, fall off is good. Okay, so make sure my mirroring is on. So basically what I'm doing now is plastic surgery, where I'm just basically like pushing down on the material. I don't know if you can see it up close, but see how there's like wireframes all around? I'm basically just moving these wireframes, and I'm going to be pushing on this side and then watching over here to see what's moving. All right, so let's do this. So push down on that a little bit, get the cheekbones off the eyes, just a tad, because I feel like that's a bit much. There is another way to do this, but this is going to be the way that I'm going about it. Let's increase the radius of what's being affected here, just to take it in. Okay, I don't want to adjust the eyes too much, so I got to be careful not to hit the eyes. All right, cheekbones down there. That feels pretty good. Let's take a look closer here. So it looks like the bag and the eyes come down a little bit, so I'm going to smooth this out, decrease the radius of my sculpting tool here. I'm just going to kind of flatten this out to bring it up a tad. There we go. And then let's build this up a little. Okay, closing the eyes just a tad, just to kind of, you guys were saying it was a little bit wide. I agree. So I just worked on the lower edge here to try to get that down. What is the best monitor for a game dev? I'll tell you, this monitor is cheapo. I have a new one coming in. I just ordered one literally yesterday because this monitor, it's only 30 hertz. It's terrible. It's an awful monitor. But when I got this monitor, I wasn't doing this much detailed work. So the monitor that I have coming in, I guess I can tell you about it later once it actually comes in. But I spent some money on it. If I want to make great stuff, I've got to have the best tools. All right, so all right, let's increase this a little bit too. Close his eye, especially on the side here. There we go. So move that a little bit. Let's take a look at him now. Let's see. Disable that. There we go. All right, so his eyes are a little bit more closed. The cheekbones, as you can see, are a little less of a thing. Although now he kind of has, like I have, I've got my bags a little bit. I'm getting old, darn it. I hate it. I hate wrinkles. But anyway, I've noticed with people who are getting older, they tend to start getting a little bit of the bags, a little bit of the smile lines. I have a lot of smile lines because I spend a lot of time smiling. So that's kind of what I've added into him as well by pushing up onto the sides. But I feel like maybe that's a little bit too weird because look at, see how it dips in? That's not natural. So I'm gonna go back in one more time and adjust that. It's kind of hard. Sometimes you have to go back and forth and adjust these things just so they're right. So I'm gonna go into a smoothing tool and just go back over this one side here so that it doesn't pull in like that. We're still mirrored, yes we are. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of Bob Ross this a little bit, just kind of paint it right here and just keep that feeling really good. Okay, get this eye back. Let's do some rotation. All right, so we are deep in the eye at this point right here. Smooth it out, smoothing it right here. There we go. That feels a little bit better, I think. Let's take a look at that. So, boom. it still has a little bit of that, but it's still kind of coming up on that edge. So okay, this edge right here that we see, we're gonna take that edge down. Yeah, okay, so I'm just kind of like briefly, depends on how serious you are starting out. Okay, so take this, and now what I'm going to do is actually do a decrease. I'm going to select the individual lines that are standing out. Whoa, too close. There we go. Okay, so looking very close here, I can see one line. So I'm going to just take that and carefully paint it down. Try to level that out a little bit. And then once I kind of get it down, then I can do a smoothing tool once again to try to manage that hardcore line. It looks like there's a couple mesh lines that are jumping all over the place here. That's going to create some pretty gnarly wrinkles, but with a smoothing tool, I'll be fine. Yeah, so he's got some goofy wrinkles there. All right, going back to sculpting. I like how I just wanted to do something simple, and I'm like, let's just make it complicated. Oh no, I don't. Oh yeah, that's smoothing. Okay. Let's increase the strength of that. Bring that in a little bit more. Tilt it so I can see where I'm painting here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now the dad has a little bit more of an older look to his cheeks. He has aged probably another year now, or not? Yeah, his upper cheeks. So now let's work down here on his mouth. I feel like his lips are too, I don't know, like tight, weird. Yes, we do have our dog Penny still. Yes, wrinkles do look good. They do add a layer of realism. All right, so rather than editing the mesh again, let's go back now to the other sets. I'm going to modify the lips, increase the size. I'm gonna bring these out a little bit more so when he's actually smiling, you can see those. So here we go, the mouth. Do we need a larger mouth? No, that'd be weird. I was gonna make his mouth larger, but I just, after just doing it briefly, I was like, hey, no. Mouth angle. Angle is in like how much it goes in. I don't know about that. Mouth offset, mouth depth. Oh, he has no that thing. That. So let's work that a little bit. Wait, that's not it. So go down. I don't know what that thing's called. That little thingy-mabobber. But we're going to find it and control it. And I know it's here. Ah, but no, that's not it. I'll tell you guys the name of it when I see it. There it is. Oh, the philtrum. Philtrum. So let's actually give that a bit of definition. So it is showing just a bit there. Let's philtrum depth a little bit, goes in. This is going to be a very minor thing, but those little tiny minor things are what make all the difference. I think that's good for now. I could do the uvula if I wanted to. The uvula. Ah, it's that little dangly bit in the back of your throat. Let me take a look. Can you actually see his uvula when we do this? I can't even see his uvula, so I'm not even going to worry about it. He's got one. It's in there. Let's see if I can. It's just kind of deep down there, but we're not going to see deep down in his mouth like that. All right, close his mouth. Close his eyes. Blinky, blinky, blinky. All right. What else we got going on here? Okay, so cheeks. I talked about increasing the crease on the cheeks. So let's do that. So cheek size. I think it's all the way. Yeah, here we go. The cheek contour. I think that's the. Yeah. So bringing this part now, this outer part behind the dimple, we're gonna bring that up a little bit, so that when he does have a full smile, you can kind of see a little bit of a dimple. Let's go to contour D. Contour D is going to be just a little bit further back behind the dimple. I can make it in or out, however. So I'm going to actually, I think I might decrease it a little bit. Let me try to increase. It definitely just gave him a little bit of a sharper look. A little more of a, yeah, but that's still back here. Let's take a look at the creases. All right, crease. There's crease. Okay, the crease width. Now the crease on this in this program is really interesting, because my crease, it seems pretty deep, but what it is, it's like my side cheeks are so... I have rubber face, so I can do a lot of that sort of stuff. My face is very, very rubbery, which is why it moves so much. Let's see. So this brings the nasal crease depth. So this is nasal crease. I increased the nasal crease depth on that. Let's do individual sides a little bit. Now I notice the cheeks are forward on him just like they are on me, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But this is all, he's already looking a little more, I don't know, bolder, I guess you could say. Let's bring the hair back down too. For whatever reason in this program, it's sort of a glitch when you adjust the hair for anything on the head. The hair does this thing where it pops up and then goes back. So I have to fix the transform on that real quick. So let's go back over here, fix the transform. All right, bring this down, bring this forward. There we go. That feels about right. I just want to make sure that it's like on his ears, but not covering, and that it's also like over the rest. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now he looks like he's probably coming up on his 30s. Originally, we started out and he looked like he was like 24, 25. For you guys, it might be kind of hard to see exactly. Let me see if I can get a little closer. But yeah, he looks like he's a little bit older than he was, definitely. The receding hairline bug. You know, realistically, if I wanted a receding hairline, I'd just rotate the whole hair like that. You know what he kind of reminds me? He kind of reminds me of Kristoff from Frozen. Or no, I'm sorry, not Kristoff. Eugene from Rapunzel. Looks like Eugene, doesn't he? Okay, so now that we've got that, okay, I want to say, this is going to sound silly. This shirt sucks. I don't like how short it is. I have another shirt, but at the same time, in the game, like I want the arms to be seen a lot easier. So it's like, it looks a little weird from here, but in the game it looks so good. So I'm gonna leave that as it is for now. Chest size I think was okay. Oh, you know what? When he was walking, I noticed his leg was popping. mainly due to the character models. I feel like the upper thigh or the upper leg here was long, and this part was just too short. I mean, look at the size differences, you know, between the two here. So I think I'm going to increase the leg here just a tad. So let's go to leg. Go to leg length. No, let's go to thigh size. No, shin size. Okay, so shin length. What was I at before? I was at 12. Let's take that to, just to make it a little bit more normal, let's take it to 5. 5 for shin length. And also, I feel like he's got he's kind of thin. Bigger biceps. Bigger biceps. All right, let's work on biceps just a tad. Let's work. I don't want to do it. I don't want to overdo the biceps. Okay, so we're going to go to, come on, brain. Arm length, forearm size, shoulder depth, upper arm, no, upper arm, I need upper arm size. There we go, there we go. So bring this up just a little bit, okay? That's good. I think that matches pretty well with the forearm. The forearm needs to be slightly bigger. It's funny, when I originally did this character, this model, and I put it together with Chell, like the arms were so puny. I was like, oh, no, I'm not gonna put tattoos on this character. I decided not to. I thought about it, but I don't. That's like another side story that people. I don't want people to associate too much. I want to focus on the story being told rather than this, like, because this is a story. Like, if somebody sees it, what is it? You know, and then there's a story involved, but I don't want to have to tell a story. All right, so there's that. Yeah, so forearm, I'm going to increase the forearm size just a little bit because I feel like that could be a little stronger as well. Forearm size. There. I barely touched it. What software am I using? This is Character Creator 3, and then I'm about to send this over to iClone 7. The waist. I'm so like torn on the waist. Okay, so now that I've increased his biceps, look how like wide they are. Like mine, like I have a good size arm, right? But I'm not like wide. You know, it's like I'm high, but not wide. But his, it's like he's round. It's almost not right. Does that make sense? Inner forearm. Let's take a look and see what I can do about that. Upper arm, upper arm inner. Oh, here we go. There we go. I fixed it. Okay, so he still has the width, but it's not so like ball. Okay, check the fingers like you did with Chell model. Yes, will do. I feel like the finger models on the dad were pretty good. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, I mean, that feels right. It doesn't seem like they're too long or too short. I feel like that's just about right. My fingers are longer than that. I have huge hands. Like, my hands measure from here to there, 10 inches. So I've got monster hands. A lot of times if I need to measure something, I'll actually use my hands. Because I know it's like from this crease to the end, it's 10 inches. Okay. The legs are puny. I think he's missed way too many leg days. Do I want to play with the hair color? You know what? I think I might stick with the hair color for now, honestly. Make him jacked. I don't know if I want to make him jacked simply because I don't want him to be intimidating. I want him to be relatable, and most people are not jacked. Biceps look nice. Thank you, Katie. Oh, good to see you, Katie. Like his hair, awesome. Arm hair could be added. Yeah, I mean, I I could add a little bit of arm hair to him, but in the style that I have, I don't know how much the arm hair would really add. But I mean, it's actually easy to go back, and I'd have to just take the textures, or take the model, export it to Blender, put on some arm hair, you know, add the map back, and then whatever, just rewrap it. But I don't think I got a phone call. I think my vehicle is ready to be picked up. I'm actually doing an oil change right now. I, I adjusted the hair, or the arms, and the hair did the pop-up thing again. This is the only thing I don't like about Character Creator, is this right here, this silly glitch that happens. There we go. That's back to normal. Okay, guys, well, I need to actually go pick up my car because they're calling me to tell me to let me know. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you so much for your help, and so much for hanging out with me and just doing this. I will keep you updated on how everything looks, and I think later on today I'll take a screen cap and show you what the characters' models look like after it's all said and done. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for everything you've been doing for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.